Hi, this is Heather from SpirographicArt.com. In this video, I'm going to draw 4 patterns from something that was published in 1967, a Spirograph Refill kit that had some mystery patterns where just the instructions are given in a kind of shorthand. So I'm going to do those patterns so you can see how to do them. In this video, I'm choosing 4 different ones that all involve the ring 144/96 and wheel number 60. And I will leave a link in the description to where you can download for free those instruction sheets and print them off for yourself, as I did. So here are the 4 designs that I already drew, but I'm going to draw them for you now. So let's begin with the first design. The instructions say red, so that means the red pen. And these are not the ballpoint pens that came with Spirograph. I'm using fine felt tip pens, which come in many different brands. This is a knockoff of one of the more famous brands. The shorthand of the instructions says red 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means hole number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we're going to keep them, each pattern that we draw with those holes is going to be lined up in the same place along with this top mark. So let's draw the first one. And the first part of the mystery is solved. This is an 8-pointed figure. So now, number 2. Hole number 2. So you see I've lined it up right with the top mark. Draw the figure again. And you'll see it's very close to the first, but a little space away. Number 3. Number 4. One thing I like about the felt tip pens is you can use a very light touch. You don't have to press hard at all. And 5. So see how drawing the same pattern but with slightly different holes leads to a fatter, more pronounced figure. Now the instructions say move 4 teeth right and repeat in blue. So here's the blue pen, and I'll move 4 teeth right, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, starting with 1. So I'll move 4 teeth right carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'll draw the design again in blue with the number 1 hole. You'll see I'm using the poster putty here that the newer Spirographs come with. They're lining up hole number 2. The old Spirographs came with little map pins, and you would use a backer board of corrugated cardboard. And I know as a kid I got kind of frustrated with that because you could see the lines of the corrugation through the pen marks, and after a while the corrugated cardboard got full of holes. It wasn't in such good shape. Since then, before the new Spirograph came out with the putty, I would use a cork board. I wrote about that on my blog, which I set up before the new Spirographs were introduced. And back in the 20-teens, I think, was it like 2013 or so? Okay, now I'm going to line hole number 1 up again and move over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and do it all over again in green as the instructions say. So there we have it, the completed design, mystery number 1 solved. So I'm just going to lift this up and kind of roll my putty a little bit to refresh it so it'll stick well. And we'll do the next design using the same wheel. So the next design says red 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move 6 teeth right, and then green 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll start with red. 1. There. So that's the red. And now it wants us to move 6 teeth to the right. Remember the previous pattern had 4, so this time it's 6, which is going to have the difference between one point and the next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. If that's not a typo, it's interesting that they chose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes for the green and 6 for the red. Well, wouldn't that make a nice Christmas gift tag? Those are Christmas colors for sure. So there are the 2 designs. So we've used the same ring, the same wheel, some of the same pens, and yet it's got a different kind of look, doesn't it? Maybe a flower with leaves behind it. So now I'm ready for the 3rd design, which is using the same ring and the same wheel. You know, I wonder who was sitting in the office playing with Spirograph, coming up with these designs. That would have been a nice job. Okay, it says blue, hole 1, draw 3 patterns moving 1 tooth right for each. So we're just going to stay with hole number 1. So draw 3 patterns moving it 1 to the right each time. So this is the second. I'm still using hole number 1. So now this pattern is beside itself. And we'll move it over one more time. 1. There. And then it says green 1, meaning green hole number 1. Repeat, moving 1 tooth right for each pattern. So we'll just move over 1 tooth and one. There, so that's quite a different look, isn't it? And once you do a number of patterns and you see the pattern of patterns, then you'll start making your own. So now we're set up to do the 4th pattern, which is a little different in that it's using 2 gears. One is number 60 and one is number 30. And the instructions say wheel number 30 and draw 1, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2. I wonder why they put them in that order. So here's hole number 1. Wheel 30, of course, is a smaller one. I'll line it up here. So 1, so you see it also makes an 8-pointed pattern, but it's less loopy, more straight lines. The wheel's a different shape. 1, 4, I'm lining 4 up. Each of the holes has a little line here, so I'm lining it up with this line that I started on. 1, 4. Blue, 5. So that means I'll use the blue pen. So there's hole number 5, which I've carefully lined up. And the next part of the instructions are to use the green pen, holes 2 and 23. So here's the green pen, here's hole number 2. And like it says, always line them up with the same mark on the ring. So here's hole number 2 in our loopy number 60 wheel that we've been using for the other designs. 2 and 23. The line from 23 passes through 17 and then 3 before it gets to the edge. So this is the one I want here. And see, it's much closer to the middle. Much less loopy here. In fact, I'm not really sure when I've reached the end, so I'm probably drawing over it twice. So it says red 3, so that means hole number 3 in red. So there you go, that's that design. So there you have it, 4 patterns from the Spirograph Refill number 402. All right, I hope this video will encourage you to explore Spirograph, to try things yourself, and to visit my website at SpirographicArt.com for lots more tips and tricks on Spirograph. See you in the next video.